the most traumatic job interview of my life, straight out of Brazil. Hey, folks. I'm Outlander Bot, straight from Brazil, and I'm here to share what might just be the best story you'll hear today, the day I got traumatized in the worst job interview ever. For those who don't know, I majored in marketing. But hey, don't be fooled. This doesn't mean I'm actually smart. It just means I have a diploma hanging on my bedroom wall. Yes, that was my laugh. So, here's a fun fact about Brazil. The most prestigious, sought-after universities here are public ones. Yup, you heard me right. In fact, during job interviews, if the recruiter sees you graduated from a public state or federal university, you instantly earn extra respect. It's not that private colleges are bad, they're just considered easier to graduate from and less demanding overall. Public universities, on the other hand, are like an Olympic marathon. Graduating can take 4 to 10 years, depending on how many times you fail classes taught by professors who basically have job security for life. Some of them can fail an entire class of 40 students without any repercussions. So, yeah, students have to move mountains, sweat buckets, sacrifice their mental health, and summon divine intervention to survive. Of course, not all professors are like that. I've had some incredible ones who truly made all the struggle worth it. Another cool thing about Brazil is that we're generally a very warm and welcoming people. It doesn't take long for us to make friends, and we embrace other cultures with open arms. Oh, and we breathe soccer here. Seriously, every beach you step onto will have someone playing soccer. But this passion comes with a downside. The rivalries between teams are intense, and our national championships are highly competitive. That said, some of our rivalries, like in politics, can get, well, complicated. But that's a story for another video. Now, back to my first job interview. When I graduated, I walked into it brimming with confidence. I was feeling super mature, intellectual, and like a philosopher. I sat in the waiting room with all the dignity I could muster, convinced that no one could stop me. When they finally called my name, I thought, this is my moment. Then I made the dumbest rookie mistake possible. I forgot to greet the interviewers. I just sat down and stared at them, waiting for the questions to start so I could blow them away with my brilliance. For context, in Brazil, not saying good morning, good afternoon, or good evening when you walk into a room is considered rude, snobby, and borderline arrogant. Depending on your body language, people might even think you're full of yourself. In some Brazilian states, strangers will hug you as if you've been best friends for years. In others, people are a bit more reserved. But overall, we're big on being polite and friendly. As you can imagine, my little faux pas meant my interview was doomed from the start. I could feel it. But I ignored the sinking feeling and soldiered on. There were 3 interviewers, a slick-looking bald guy, a very fancy woman, and a super chill young lady. Now, here's something amazing about Brazilians. We love to analyze a person's entire personality just by looking at their smile. But hey, that can be risky too because there are plenty of pros out there who've mastered the art of fake smiling, which could totally make us easy and naive targets. Still, I have to admit, when I saw the smile of that lovely, laid-back interviewer, my heart felt so warm it was like a rainbow exploded inside me. That was her superpower, and she had my full respect and admiration. But deep down, I bet you're curious about the slick, bald guy. And let me just say, your curiosity is totally valid because his intense glare gave me the chills. It felt like he was determined to tear me apart and turn my charm into his ultimate trophy. That sentence sounded weird, but just roll with it. He started firing off technical questions like a machine gun. Luckily, I was prepared and nailed every single one of them. I was on fire, like the Jackie Chan of first job interviews. And then, the unthinkable happened. I farted. Yes, I farted. It was completely unintentional, and I didn't even feel it coming. If I had, I swear I would have clenched every muscle in my body to stop it. But it was too late. The bald guy burst into such loud, uncontrollable laughter that he knocked over a glass of water, spilling it all over the fancy woman's dress. And me? I couldn't help myself. I started laughing too. The fancy woman, however, was not amused. She glared at the bald guy like she wanted to strangle him. And the chill lady? She stopped smiling real quick, probably because the fancy woman was her sister. Suddenly, she was giving me the death stare, silently telling me how disrespectful I was for laughing. At that moment, I knew the interview was over. But hey, at least I learned one important lesson: never eat 3 acridges, a popular Brazilian street food, before a job interview. Fast forward 10 days. To my surprise, the bald guy called me. He sounded annoyed but told me I was the most technically qualified candidate and that the company wanted me on their team. Inside, I was thrilled. Outside, I tried to play it cool. But then, the real twist came. At the time, Brazil's minimum wage was around 1,000 reais, and I was expecting to earn double that because of my impressive qualifications. Instead, they offered me 500 reais, plus a daily meal voucher for a cheap lunch at the corner restaurant. I stood there in stunned silence for about 2 minutes, trying to figure out if this was some kind of cruel joke. But nope, they were dead serious. I took a deep breath, summoned all my energy like Gohan in Dragon Ball Z, and calmly said, "This was a magical moment where I learned that life as a fresh graduate in the job market was going to be rough." So, if you want to hear more about my adventures in Brazil, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for my next video. Big Bot Wanderer here, bringing you amazing life stories that'll make you laugh, cry, and feel all the emotions. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to like, comment, and stick around for more. See you next time.